Welcome to episode 25 of Chew on This, a Nerds United podcast. I'm BJ.
Vic.
We hit number 25, and what a perfect number it is because this is our very first con, and we're doing the West Sacramento Intergalactic Expo in West Sacramento, and it's been actually a really cool day. We did saw some panels, we did some interviews.
Yeah, we got about 4 of them. We got one that we didn't think we were going to get. We got Jeffrey Weissman. He actually played
George McFly in Back to the Future 2 and 3.
Right.
He also he did some roles in Twilight Zone.
And Johnny Dangerously.
Johnny Dangerously, Pale Rider.
We got Caroline Meier from SacWho. She's a local fan base for Doctor Who. We got local celebrity Cody Stark to come on and talk about all things geek and nerd. And
he's on CBS, Good Day Sacramento.
Correct. And then we closed it out with Chandra Cullum from the Saber Guild, and it was a great day to talk to all these people from different nerd backgrounds, and we just hope you enjoy the interview that we did.
Yeah, enjoy, sit back and enjoy, and hopefully we'll do some more cons in the future.
Right now, I'd like to introduce Caroline Meier. She's the founder of the SacWho community group on Facebook. I'm told by one of our other guests, Cody Stark, that she is everything Doctor Who. So we're glad to have her here.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about SacWho. How did it get started, and what types of events have you hosted?
Okay, let's start off with, it originally started as Sacramento Doctor Who fan club back in 1980 with my sister Helen Slater. The first meeting we had was called March 4th for Doctor Who. We've been a fan since John Pertwee was on the air. My sister and I went to high school in England and caught the Doctor Who bug at the original place.
Right on.
And we just loved it so much. We thought, oh, what a neat thing we could do, because there's college kids, and we found out that it's being shown at some of the public broadcasting system stations. And we were trying to get it to come on to Sacramento. So we started on March 4th, 1980. Somewhere around the mid-90s, Doctor Who fan club faded out. The interest went down. The people running it, because I left to the Bay Area for richer, better things, which never really came forth. It was my life. And then finally got back to Sacramento. I would say about close to 6 years ago, 4 to 6 years ago.
Yeah, didn't Doctor Who pick up big time around 2005, I think?
Right,
It was really started to come back again. Well,
I was kind of just barely getting into Facebook in 2010. I had some bad, tragic stuff happen. I was busy with trying to get a job. Finally got a job with the county, and then I got busy having a job with Sacramento County. And we started in 2005. My father passed away. Then 2008, my mother passed away.
Oh my goodness!
In 1996, my sister passed away.
So you've had a rough 10 years though.
I'm an orphan now. My brother passed away in 2010. So it's like, no, don't take me. I have 7 grandkids,
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I got a lot more Doctor Who to watch.
Yeah, and I'm trying to keep the bread. Yeah, I got a lot and they're actually doing good Doctor Who. So
yeah, they are.
Spread the wealth of the BBC. About 4 or 6 years ago, I I thought, talk to my friend Stephanie Rector, who runs SacGhu.
Yes.
And helping her out with different conventions and stuff. And
That's great.
Everything. And I said, it'd be kind of nice to have a Facebook group. And I go, should we use it? She says, well, you could call it Sacramento Whovians or something. I go, nah. Well, let's shorten it down to SacWho because it's easy to
That's
remember.
fantastic. No, that's really catchy.
Yeah, it's really catchy. So I got on to, I got all my friends. At the time, I had close to 100 friends on Facebook. And I just send out the invite for the group. And I got about 12, 15 responses. And then
That's usually how it
they
works.
started spreading the word. Now, understand that my friends were involved with what used to be the bigger Star Trek club,
Yeah.
which was the USS Defiance. And then even then they had political things about fandom. Fandom's fickle.
Yeah, very fickle.
Very fickle, very...
Kind of competitive
annoying.
sometimes.
Yeah, very annoying sometimes. But a lot of my friends were from the USS Defiance. So a lot of my other friends are also like Doctor Who and also helped back in the 1980s with the Sacramento Doctor Who fan club. So yeah, they're already buying in. So I started off with around 15 people.
Nice.
And now
What's it out now?
It's 575 people.
Not bad.
So that's really cool. It's
Not
awesome,
bad.
cool.
That's more than we got.
Well, maybe I can tell them about the podcast and you get more people. How about
Hopefully
Very
so.
good.
that? At least 500.
Right. Well,
So,
that's wonderful.
So that's how SacWho came about.
Uh-huh.
What attracted you to Doctor Who itself?
I like the story plot itself. I like at the beginning with John Pertwee, he was like a 007 character. Sci-fi, he's stuck on Earth, and it was so campy, it was cute. The cheap props and everything they put together, the writing and stuff had a substance to it. And it just attracted me. And as Doctor Who got older and more into being, the props got a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit better, and until they went on hiatus. Now they promised us back around 1980 something that it was on hiatus, which lasted until 2005.
Right,
2004, 2005.
It's a long hiatus.
It's a
That's
long hiatus.
Long hiatus. So
That's a sabbatical.
when in the New York Times, it's so silly, but I do remember this. When they said, "Oh, this is a comeback," that they're rebooting it, it's like, no, that's not a reboot. It's just
A
end
continuation.
to the hiatus.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Which it was not. But they still had Terrence Dicks involved, and he's an excellent writer. And then my mind's gone blank on who the writer was, who was a producer. And then you had Stephen Moffat.
Yeah.
And he really has done a lot for Doctor Who. He's predictable, but he's done a good job, all the same. And now I can't, my mind's gone blank on who's going to
That's
take
all
over.
right.
Because he's already said he's going to quit. What I don't like is this is another 4 years down the road that they've done this, where they've skipped a year of Doctor Who because of the Olympics. What a cop-out.
Right, yeah.
I'm sorry, I call bullshit.
I'll be honest with you. I didn't know anything about Doctor Who until just a few years ago. I was really a big, we're big Star Wars fans. We're big Trekkies. Love all the comic book stuff. But it was when I watched Farscape, I really got into that quirky type of sci-fi and Babylon 5 and all that.
Farscape was awesome.
Farscape was what kind of was like the gateway drug to Doctor Who for me. So, yeah, it was the marijuana to crack. So, but yeah, now I'm a huge Whovian. I love Doctor Who. So,
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
Good to hear.
Mine was like a CBS Saturday morning afternoon special or something like that, or after school special, where I could not call myself a nerd if I didn't watch Doctor Who.
right.
So I was kind of like peer pressured into it. I had to give it a chance. And I started with the 2005 Eccleston one, and it took me a little bit to get used to it. And now keep in mind, it's hard to believe now because I've watched so much Doctor Who, that at that point in time I didn't understand the premise of the show. So my cousins basically kind of just kept saying, watch him. And then at the end of the first season, or that season, you know, he dies and somebody else, Tennant, comes along. I'm like, what the hell? Well, he's like, and they're like, that's Doctor Who. They do that. I'm like, what do you mean they do that? What do you mean they kill off Doctor Who? It's called Doctor Who. How do they keep killing? And I didn't know.
That's a brilliant way because you know we have different Batmans, we have different James Bonds.
Right.
They don't morph into the new James Bond by the end of the movie.
Batman's
So
a
that
little
was kind of a
different.
neat device, you know, to be able to change. Yeah, it was super cool. But so we're gonna play a little Doctor Who game, right? That
Yeah,
you got
so-
going on there.
Oh, I'm not that.
So I
good.
know you have, well, it's
not
not
that
a
kind of
trivia
game.
game.
It's
It's
not
not a
that kind of
trivia
game.
game. It's
Oh,
not a
good.
trivia
Okay,
game.
okay.
It's what it is it's a little lightning round. So I'm gonna say two names, and then I want you to pick which one of your favorite is.
Okay.
So I'm sure being a Whovian like you are, you've always had these conversations and panels and things like that, probably in lots of posts on Facebook and even sitting down talking to your friends, because me and him do it all the time with other things, like which one's the best Star Wars, which one's the favorite character. So, but because Doctor Who is so unique, I wanted to try and play this game with you right now.
Oh, sure.
So, okay, so Tennant or Smith?
Both. I love the Doctor, all of him.
Well, that ruined about half of my game.
Sorry.
You gotta pick.
I am a true
You gotta
Whovian.
pick.
No, I don't have to pick because it's all the same
Well,
guy.
I guess that's true.
It's
I mean,
all the same guy. It's just the only difference that people can understand, and this is what is my pet peeve with Whovians. Oh, he's not the same as Smith. Oh, he's not the same as Tennant. It just doesn't have that panache.
they all bring that very unique quality to the character.
He forgets some of his memory at first. The person who did the best regeneration was it's split between Tom Baker and Peter Capaldi.
Okay.
Oh, so the newest
How
Doctor.
confused he was, how messed up his brain was. That's regenerating. I mean,
Yeah.
that's when a person's going through regeneration. It's not just I feel better now.
Right.
No, it is. Your body's going through a lot of changes.
Going through a big change.
And your identity, you don't really have that right now, and you're trying to remember, and you got all this stuff going on. Capaldi did the best, and so did Baker. Confused, totally confused.
Right. Well then,
Then what about
so
okay,
Eccleston or Capaldi? So same answer. You like all of them pretty much the same.
so then we can.
Masters?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I do
Eccles-
have a favorite.
Eccleston
your
or
favorite?
Capaldi? Who's your favorite?
Missy. I love
Missy's your favorite?
Michelle Gomez. She has my heart, and I'm just
She's-
saying that
she's pretty
because
great.
she's so evil.
Yeah,
I
she's
mean,
pretty great.
She is such a B word, and I say B word because it's a young gentleman standing next to me.
Right.
Totally.
So what about the companions? What about are all the companions the same for you? Because the rest of the game is companions.
For who?
They're the Doctor Who
Oh,
companions.
companions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
okay.
like what, Donna or Martha?
Donna or who?
Or Martha.
Donna.
Donna all the way.
All the way.
Amy or Clara.
Amy.
Amy. Okay.
Rose or River?
Rose or who?
River.
Oh, that's hard.
That's
Oh,
a tough
that
one.
is
Yeah.
hard. Oh my gosh, that is hard.
Well, think about
Because
that.
in a way, River's really not a companion.
Yeah,
True.
you're right. You're right.
I mean, in a way, she's part of the TARDIS.
Right.
She's the child of the TARDIS.
Right.
So if companion goes, I'd have to say Rose.
Okay.
Okay.
What about last one? Rose or Captain Jack?
That's not fair.
You got her.
That's not fair. If I say Rose, I ever see her again. Just you didn't say me. Or if I say Jack.
Captain Jack's on Arrow now.
Yeah, he's
the evil guy.
Oh, he's fantastic.
He is. He's such a good actor.
He is so good. John's so good no matter what he is.
Yeah,
I mean, he's a chameleon.
he is super good.
And he's humorous too. He at a convention he dressed up as as a TARDIS, a female costume TARDIS.
Are you serious?
Came out in a TARDIS dress. And he
That's
just
pretty
did
sweet.
it just to get some of the people out there who are against a transgender.
Right.
And
That's
he just did
awesome.
it just to do it.
That's so cool.
He just
You got to
does
be pretty
do it.
confident.
Oh,
You got to be pretty confident.
John is cool.
So Caroline, you are SacWho is on Facebook, so you can go search SacWho on Facebook and you can subscribe to it
Yeah.
or like it, so
Right.
that you get all the information. Do you have any upcoming events?
Yes.
Besides-
in July.
In July, okay.
The main Sacramento library, and James Ma's gonna kill me because he's the gentleman who's putting this on.
That's
and,
okay. But you can find the
it's
information
a
on
day
your...
of Doctor Who. We're gonna show the movie, the dreaded Eighth Doctor movie.
Yeah.
And the Eighth Doctor deserves better than Fox. Overall, I enjoyed that movie. It was nice having Doctor Who in between all the
Right.
missing it.
Yeah.
Missed it so much. It was like, oh, at least it was a taste, even if they screwed it up royally. They did such a really bad.
So are they going to show the movie to local library? Is
Library.
that okay?
You get permission to show. Sorry, get permission to show it.
Okay. And that's sometime next month?
In July.
July. Okay.
July. Get on SacWho.
Get on SacWho on
Yeah,
Facebook.
Get on Facebook. It's a public event.
Excellent.
We make all our events public.
And does it cost anything to get in, or
I don't recall.
or a charity, or
Like I said, he's gonna kill
so?
me.
You know what? Go to SacWho on Facebook.
Yeah.
You'll find out all the information you need. That sounds like a fun time.
So we'll go. Right now, we're going to go what we call the big finish, and we're
Okay.
just going to ask you some questions about what kind of nerd things you're doing right now. So, what's your all-time favorite character? And it could be from any genre.
My all-time favorite actor.
Character.
Character?
All-time favorite character from any genre.
Oh, let me think. Oh my gosh, that's hard to think.
Put you on the spot.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say, right now my favorite character is in the new Star Wars movie. The heroine, I can't think of her name.
Ray?
Oh, Ray.
Ray. Ray is my favorite.
Very good. That's a good one.
I want all my girls to be like Ray. My daughters.
So, if who do you think would win in a fight, Ray or Rose?
Ray.
Or Rose?
Ray.
Ray would win in a fight.
Ray would win. She's too creative with her weapons. I mean, look who she beat in the movie.
Right.
The dark side.
she's got the force behind her.
Yeah,
That's,
and
that's
they
for
even
sure.
offered her cookies, and she still didn't take the dark side. So.
She can make that funky bread.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so second question. What are you watching now as far as TV shows, and it doesn't matter if it's live or if you're DVRing it. What are you watching right now that's your favorite?
What I'm watching is Game of Thrones.
Yes.
I'm watching, and I'm loving every minute of it. Oh, I love that show.
Yes.
More dragons. And I'm watching Doctor Who, of course, because I have to watch reruns, but that's okay. Legends of Tomorrow, and Arrow and Flash. I'm on Cody's Flash Mob. I love Cody's Flash Mob. It makes it so much fun.
I love The Flash. That's our favorite show right now.
CW needs to control the angst.
Okay, so let's say, if Jon Snow had to choose only one form of transportation, would they prefer Kit, the car David Hasselhoff drove, Airwolf, which is a helicopter, or Street Hawk, which he drove a motorcycle, I believe. So would Jon Snow drive a Kit car? Would he be in a helicopter? Or would he drive a motorcycle?
Oh, helicopter.
Oh, yeah.
So you
Down. Take out those.
Nice.
What's your top 3 movies of all time?
Top all-time movies?
Top 3.
Top
three.
three. The new Star Wars movie.
Excellent. Force Awakens.
I'm doing the recent ones that I enjoyed. Angry Birds.
Angry Birds the movie? Did you
It
just
was
watch
funny.
it?
My
Oh, good.
grandson sat through it. I don't understand. My grandson doesn't like it. He'll get up and come to me and say, Nana, it's time to go now. I'm done.
Right.
And he's 8.
So we actually sat through it. Good.
He's a critic. He'll get up and move. He's gone. Daniel will be gone. And
One more.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, yeah, that's a fantastic
I
film.
love that movie.
That's one of my favorite Marvel films.
Yeah.
Although I think Civil War tops that now, but
Well, I did
pretty good.
enjoy Civil War, but I kind of fell asleep in the movies. I was tired.
Really?
Well, listen.
Oh, wow.
No, I had the flu.
Oh, well,
okay.
yeah, that'll do it.
That kind of turned me off a little bit right now. I need to go see it again. Just
Okay.
don't tell my husband I'm doing it.
Well, Caroline, it was really awesome to have you here. Her
Yeah.
website is SacWho. Go on Facebook, find SacWho. We have a parting gift for you.
Oh, nice. Thank
So,
you.
BJ, you want to hand that over?
Oh, yes. I'll
So,
hand it,
being that you're a big Doctor Who fan, we actually got you your own personal Chew-approved sonic screwdriver.
yeah, we want you to explain to the audience what it looks, what you're looking at.
What your sonic screwdriver looks like.
It's definitely a screwdriver. It'll light up your life. You move it long enough, it's very sonic.
Yeah.
Very sonic.
The sonic sound comes from the whistle that's attached to it.
There you go. It's working.
Best one on the market. Thank you, guys.
Caroline,
one of a
thank you
kind.
very much.
Yeah.
That's SacWho on Facebook. That was Caroline Meier. We appreciate it. Thank you very much for coming.
It's been an honor. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Take care. We're here with Chandra Cullum, and she's part of the Saber Guild, Northern California chapter, which is, what was it?
Strafe Plains.
Strafe Plains. Awesome. Now, this is a voluntary, non-for-profit
Absolutely.
costume performance group of Star Wars enthusiasts.
Yes.
Awesome. So, would you say you're like the Jedi Master of the group?
At the moment, I am the only Sith in the group.
Oh, so you're like the Emperor of the group.
No. I'd like to see us all on equal footing, but when we go out to perform, I
Awesome.
am the boss, and I would like to see everything go well. I'm not a taskmaster or anything like that. Things happen. I understand this. But I like to see things go well.
Awesome.
It sounds repetitive, and I know it is, but hey.
So, tell us a little bit about how you started the Saber Guild and how did you get into Star Wars lightsaber choreography?
My husband, Jim Cullum, was actually going to another group in San Francisco, and he came home, and I said, okay, well, why you keep ditching me on Sundays? You take off, I'm here alone, so what's going on?
You going to church? What's that?
No. And he said, okay, well, I'm learning how to use a lightsaber. I said, oh, okay, that sounds like fun, and I'm thinking, yeah, I remember I liked Star Wars. I was repressed for a long time,
Yeah.
but now I'm, happy. And he said, okay, I'll teach you how. And we went outside, and he tried so hard to get me to understand this is choreography and that I shouldn't be actually aiming.
Don't try to kill me.
Yeah, he's doing this block down here, and I'm thinking, oh, great, he's left his arm open. Thump. And he said, no, it's choreography. So I started learning that. And a few years later, one of the people in the group that we were working with actually found Saber Guild and said, hey, what do you guys think about maybe joining this? And I thought, at first, because I was having enough of a time at the job I had,
Right.
working with federal regulations on firearm sales and everything. So I really didn't want to have to deal with that as well. He became a member of Saber Guild, and I saw he was having a lot of fun with it. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to do that too.
Awesome.
And we had started a temple in Dublin, and then we started one up here.
That's awesome. Fantastic.
So how were you the one who actually became the head of the whole thing? If it was your husband that got you into it?
I've been retail manager off and on for 30 years, and I reckon that my management experience would have some kind of play.
Right.
That's great.
So obviously, before you said you went to Celebration 7.
Yeah.
Clearly, without even asking or knowing, you definitely saw episode 7.
Yes.
How much shit did you lose when you found out that Ray was force sensitive?
I wasn't really at all surprised, to be honest. I'll tell you what, I didn't see anything except for one teaser trailer, the first teaser trailer that came out at C7. It was really unavoidable. It was everywhere, wasn't it?
Chewie,
Yeah.
we're home. Yeah.
Yeah.
Goosebumps.
Well, no, for me it was the sound of the Falcon taking off.
Oh,
I got the goosebumps on the
Yeah.
arm, and I said, oh man, I can't wait to see this.
yeah.
But it doesn't surprise me. I was one of the few people that really wanted to just wait until the story came out so I could enjoy it.
Yeah, yeah.
Good. That's tough.
It's
tough these
weird.
days.
It
especially.
can be.
But I mean, did you lose? I mean, we lost it when Kylo Ren's trying to grab the saber with the Force, and it flies by him, and Rey gets it in her hand. I mean,
For me, I was like, oh,
we
burn.
went, yeah,
You know,
we
I'm
went
a Sith
nuts.
Lord, but
We went nuts. You know.
I'm a Sith Lord, but I don't see how that one could let that get by. That kind of
He
breaks
could
my
have just
heart.
put his hand up and grab it, but no.
Yeah.
He kind of ducked out of the way, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
And yeah, he did. He just did, instead of catching it, he was just like, I'm just gonna.
Yeah, he did his Matrix move.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of got punked there a few times.
So there's any being the Sith Lord of your group right now, is there any other strong female characters that you grew up with that have influenced you?
As far as
Well, basically you can't get much more powerful on the evil side of the Force as a Sith Lord. So have there any female characters beforehand influenced that decision, or led you down that way?
I could be mean and tell you it would be my paternal grandmother. But no, I'm just like this. This is, if people have two sides, if you want to go by the Eastern philosophy, everybody has a yin and a yang. I have a yin, I have a yang. This is my yang, I guess. There's two parts to every person. There's a good and a bad.
Yeah.
This is the bad. This
there
is,
you go.
yeah, this is the one that, it's a part of my personality that has gotten me through a lot of real crap in my life.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy, but, most of the time she's kind of in a bunker and it's sealed and, I don't let her out too often.
What would be the one thing that bothers you when you're watching a female lead in like a sci-fi action type
When
of movie?
she's almost completely undressed. That
Okay.
is just stupid to me.
Right.
I mean, she's supposed to be a bad mofo, let's say that. And she's fighting and she's getting, oh, I got a cut here and I got a cut here. If she wore clothes, it wouldn't be an issue. Plus, nobody wants to see that.
So does that mean like the newest incarnation of Wonder Woman in Batman v Superman? Did you have a problem with that?
You know what? I haven't seen the movie. I have seen the costume. And in my opinion, and, here's Lilith saying this, there's no need for so much
Skin?
skin. Yeah, let's just
Yeah.
say that. I understand that some people like it, and that's your thing. Cool. But if you're really in a fight situation, wouldn't you want to have better armoring than that?
It's true. I mean, you can look sexy and be clothed, right? I mean, look at Black Widow.
Absolutely.
You know.
And that's not, the clothing really isn't even the issue. It's, if you're going to get into a fight, like, I remember the Linda Carter Wonder Woman. I remember
Yes.
her
Right.
getting into those fights. I'm thinking, okay, yeah, you could block the bullets, but what about the stuff you can't see? That is going to hurt you unless you have some kind of armor.
Right. That's true. I never really thought of that. So, what is I just want you to plug your website. What's your website?
Okay, let me just make sure. I know that's horrible, isn't it?
No, that's okay.
But we've had some issues with it, and it's resolved now. I believe it is saberguild.com. .org.
Okay. And are you on Facebook as well?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
There's Saber Guild on Facebook. Strafe Plains has its own page.
Okay. Twitter? Any Twitter feed? That you or Instagram?
You know, I don't know. I should really get
Yeah,
that started.
Definitely. Twitter's a really great way to get people to recognize your page and stuff like that.
Okay, I'll remember that.
What other types of nerdy things are you into?
I like making things, costumes, datacrons, props.
Awesome.
I play SOTOR, Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Oh,
Huh.
that's like my all-time favorite Star Wars game
Oh,
for the
God,
the original Xbox.
Yeah, I don't
Knights-
play on the. I play
Knights of
live.
Knights of the Old Republic. Oh, you're playing the online
MMO.
online game. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
That's still pretty good too.
All my light side characters are named after people in Supernatural, the
Nice.
TV show Supernatural.
Awesome.
And all of my dark side characters are named after Juggalo groups. So,
Oh wow,
yeah.
that's too funny.
So you're a big Supernatural fan.
Oh, yeah. I have a anti-demon sigil tattooed on my back.
That's awesome. All right, well, that's fantastic. What we'd like to do now is we want to do what we call the big finish, where we ask 3 questions.
All right.
And they might have multiple parts, but there's 3 questions.
So what's your all-time favorite character? It can be any genre.
From any genre. Does that include modern music or?
Modern.
I'm sorry. I was listening to Hendrix
so
on
like-
the way in.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah,
No, nothing music, just nerdy. So
Just any kind of
all-time
nerdy.
favorite character can be from any genre.
Don't hate me. Deadpool.
Why would we
oh,
hate
no.
you for that?
What are you talking about?
Why would we hate you for
That's
that?
an amazing answer. I mean, how could you not want to hang out with
had
Deadpool?
all the original comics, from, way back
Serious?
in the day. I did. But then my kids started getting to the age where they started to read.
Oh, man.
And I thought,
man.
I can't do this. So
Yeah.
I gave them away.
Yeah.
And I'm kicking myself now. I never thought they'd make a movie out of
Oh,
it.
wow.
If
Yeah,
I
they're probably
thought-
worth a lot of money, like
yeah,
the
I was
original
just thinking it would be a
Deadpools.
small fortune sort of thing.
Yeah. So
Pay off my house in 2 payments.
if Deadpool was your spouse, what would be your biggest complaint about him?
The Crocs. It's just, I don't know, maybe repairing his costume.
That'd be your biggest complaint, not the masturbating with his unicorn.
Well, I could say something, but yeah.
You can say whatever you want.
Yeah, I doubt he'd need that.
Ah.
And the Crocs. He can't have the Crocs.
That's
so
true.
it's just
That's
nasty.
true. Yeah. It's diseased shoes. So what are you watching now as far as TV shows? Like your watch, whether it's live or on DVR? What's your go-to?
Supernatural, of course.
Okay.
And one of my favorites has become Agent Carter, and they canceled
Oh,
Agent
yeah.
Carter.
I know. I've
I
heard
am so
petitions.
upset.
And
There's a
keep
petition
I
to
hope
get it
they
on
bring
Netflix.
it back.
You can sign the petition. There's over 10,000 signatures on there right
Oh,
now.
I've already signed it.
Okay.
In fact, one of my next cosplays is going to be an Agent Carter outfit. So we'll see if that works. Let's see, do I watch anything else? 12 Monkeys.
That's a pretty good show.
It's a lot better than the film. It gives a lot more of an explanation
Yeah,
as to
it
what's
really
happening
goes in
and
depth.
why and when and yada yada blah. Some of it's a little outrageous, like going back to 1944. Really, guys?
Yeah. It's a little over the top sometimes, but it's cool.
Let's see. That Agent Carter. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. sometimes. There's episodes that I think
I have a
really...
love-hate relationship with that show.
Yeah. It's when it's good, it's really
Yeah,
good.
we've talked about that show because it's frustrating because when like you said, when it's good, it's really good. I wish they would have the same like the Netflix type or the Agent Carter type where
Yeah.
they only have like 8 to 10 episodes to tell the story.
22's too many.
Or even put it on HBO or something
Something.
like that. That way they can maybe turn it into a movie every week.
Right.
Yeah, that's just my thinking. What do I know? I'm just a viewer. I can't think of anything else really.
What are the names of the characters on Supernatural?
Sam, Dean, Castiel.
Sam and the two leads.
Yeah,
Sam and
Sam
Dean
and
are the
Dean.
brothers.
Sam and Dean. Okay, let's say Sam stays the night. We don't have to go into what you guys do. Let's say in the morning, wakes up and says, "Would you cook me some eggs?"
I
What
wouldn't
kind of
be,
eggs would you cook them?
I wouldn't be there cooking eggs because I'd have found the keys to his car and taken that. And Dean would be there beating his ass for it.
Yeah, Dean would be pissed if he got his car stolen.
If
Nice.
baby got stolen, yeah.
Yeah, Dean loves his
Not
car.
yours anymore.
Especially that trunk full of nice weapons he's got too.
And the IDs and
Yeah.
yeah.
So, what are your top 3 favorite movies of all time?
Oh goodness. Can they be in a
Stumped you.
trilogy?
Anything.
Yeah, anything.
Whatever you want.
Okay. Star Wars 4, 5, and 6 as one.
As
I
one?
watched
Okay.
them all
Okay.
together.
Good.
Okay.
One long movie. Sure.
Yeah, so we'll count that as one movie because it's pretty
I
awesome.
guess
if
I
you
could
watch
count
it
Lord of the
back to
Rings as
back.
one movie. Really.
Yeah.
I think it's good.
Yeah, that's kind of a waste of time for me. I know I've just made a lot of enemies, but don't watch that movie anymore. It rots your brain. The books are better.
There's a lot of walking.
Well, you know what? I love the books. Can't stand the movies.
Oh wow. That's I don't meet a lot of people that say that very often, but
I
you're really
prefer-
really into the source material.
I really
Yeah.
prefer to use my brain and have the imagination going
Awesome.
rather
Yeah.
than have a director who really doesn't know a lot show me what I'm reading.
Oh. Okay, so Star Wars 4, 5, and 6. That's your first.
Yeah.
What'd be your second? It's a tough
yeah,
question.
it's pretty tough.
Because it might change. It might alternate here.
It
and there,
might
you know?
alternate. It depends upon how I feel. One of them is a classic, Blazing Saddles.
Oh,
Oh, good one.
Mel Brooks,
Yes. Oh, God.
one of my favorites.
God save that man.
They tried to replicate that with Million Ways to Die in the West, and it wasn't that good.
film.
Yeah,
That was
that
really
was,
bad.
not.
I know he was trying to
not good.
channel Mel Brooks. He couldn't. It didn't.
There's nobody that can
No.
take that man's mind and make what they're doing work.
That movie and Spaceballs, they were my two
You
favorite
know,
Mel Brooks.
Spaceballs, I kind of went, eh.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, no, I
because
love
it
it.
was aping Star Wars. You don't do that. So,
All right,
okay,
third one.
I'm gonna have to say Deadpool.
Yeah, I love Deadpool. That was one of my favorite movies
That
this year.
was. I have to say that Ryan Reynolds just loves that character so much. He did it complete justice.
Yes, he did.
He did, and it was pretty awesome because I'm thinking, okay, this is really close, if not spot on, to what I remember reading.
Yeah, we spent 2 podcasts, I think, going over previous incarnations of Deadpool and then the movie, and we just loved it. We just thought they nailed it.
He's not a copy of Deathstroke.
No, thank God. Well, we really appreciate you having you here, and we actually have a parting gift for you.
Oh, awesome!
We know that being a Jedi or a Sith Lord is more than just than having a lightsaber, but channeling the Force is important as well. Whether
Yes,
you're
it
good
is.
whether you're good or bad, and you can build a lightsaber or go get one. But we want to present to you. Actually, I think we have a couple
Yeah,
of
a
those
few.
a few of them.
Oh, yes,
but you're
because of my
welcome to
crew?
pull that out. Yeah, we have 4 of them.
Awesome.
You can pull the one out. But essentially, this is one of a kind. This is Chew approved memorabilia. This
awesome.
is a handheld. This is the Force.
Oh, that is so cool!
It's
I
the
love
Force. So describe to the fans out there
Okay,
what
so
exactly you're holding in your hand. It's the
if-
Force.
If you were a regular person and not one of these geeky freaks like me, you would see a personal mini fan. I see a personal mini Force wind maker.
Yeah.
That the batteries go in it just for show, so you look normal, but really, it's the Force.
That's awesome. That's
This
perfect
is awesome.
explanation.
Oh yes, and it has a string that you put around your neck, I guess, to hold it in place.
Yes.
That's
but
right.
any Sith will tell you you don't need that. You just, move
Just
your
flick your
fingers
hand
and
and
it
there
just
you go.
kind of hovers in the air, which is pretty awesome.
So we have one for we have 3 more here for your team.
Awesome.
So thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah,
Not a
Chandra,
problem.
really
Pleasure.
appreciate it.
And do you have anything else you want to plug, like any cosplay events or any more demonstrations you're doing anytime this summer?
We're not doing anything really soon, and that's probably good because I have to work on a couple of the costumes. But hopefully we'll be doing Stockton Con in July.
Awesome.
We're trying to get in there. It's a great thing. I love Stockton Con. I went there last year. A lot of vendors, a lot of people like Saber Guild, like the 501st, Mando Mercs, everybody.
Nice.
Go out there. We're trying to raise funds, and if you want to ask us about our groups, ask us about our groups.
Fantastic.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun last year, and I'm hoping we get in this year.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Chandra. You can find, again, Saber Guild at saberguild.org. They also have a Facebook page. Just search for Saber Guild. Thank you again, Chandra, for being here.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
So is this a spit screen?
Yep.
Yeah.
Kind of like a pop mic.
It's nice that they're
Don't
called
spit on my
pop-
microphone.
I think they're called poppers.
Yeah.
So you don't when
Oh.
you say your S's and your
But it does do this. It does do the spit thing too. Because on mine that I've been using, I see a few things.
If I
here.
drink this water, I'm going to be spitting
Right,
all
you
the
get
That's all
time.
really
right.
passionate.
That's what it's
Like,
for. That's what it's for.
Don't worry about it. It's Jeffrey Weissman spit. Don't worry about it. It's okay.
This afternoon, I'm corralling a bunch of clowns. You know who Wavy Gravy is?
No.
He's
No.
he's an old hippie who started the Siva Foundation. They've restored eyesight by taking cataracts off people's eyes in third and fourth world countries, and they're up to like their 4th millionth person that they've restored eyesight to.
That is
And
amazing.
It's his 80th birthday today, and
wow.
since this won't be broadcast till tomorrow, I can say it. I'm corralling all this surprise conspiracy of clowns, and I'm going to teach them all how to do a clown spit, and you know how to blow a trumpet.
Yeah.
So if you have water in your mouth and you do that, it comes out as
comes
a
right out.
mist,
Oh, okay.
and you can be this close to your clown partner, and spit. It'll catch the light, and it looks like a lot of water, but it won't ruin their makeup.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's almost like a mist.
Secrets of
So-
clowning.
And clowning.
It's a nice, polite way to spit on somebody.
Yeah, that's right. I really didn't want to soak you too bad.
Yeah. I mean, I hate you only this much.
So let's see. I've been a hot dog and a clown. What else can we cover here?
Well,
Well, you know what?
I'm-
Let's introduce you. I mean, we just said your name. I've been recording. I've kind of just
Oh, well, chew on this.
Yeah.
So
chew on that.
so I'd like to introduce you, but I don't think I could do it correctly just because we didn't. You're really our first celebrity guest. We're going to be interviewing a lot of people today. You're the inaugural.
So
celebra-
I'm breaking your celebrity charity.
Charity.
Yes, our charity got
absolutely.
broken. So, just a couple of. Let me just give a little background of who we're actually talking to before he introduces himself. He's done small films like Back to the Future. If anybody's ever heard of that.
I don't
2
think
and 3.
no one's heard of that.
Yeah. He's been in Twilight Zone.
In the
There's a-
4th segment.
There's a
on the
there's a
airplane.
movie that I really want to talk to you about because it's a cult favorite of mine, and not a lot of people know it, and BJ knows it.
Oh, yeah.
And-
Heathers?
and-
Oh.
No, Johnny.
Well, we like that one too.
yeah, we like that one, but Johnny Dangerously is
Oh, yeah.
something.
We love that movie
I grew
so
up,
much.
Every time that was on HBO growing up, I had to watch it.
Do you know it was originally a musical?
Was it really?
Yeah, and it just Mary Lou Henner could sing, but I don't. Joe Piscopo and Michael Keaton and who else was that? The great Maureen Stapleton. They sang, but they weren't really great singers.
Right.
And so
They
they
didn't-
showed all the musical numbers at the rap party.
Oh,
Didn't
no
make it to
way.
the final cut. Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
it was supposed to be a musical, and they just because they couldn't sing, they just
It kind of, it was interesting because at the time when I did it, I just have I call myself Johnny Jr. in it. I'm selling the I Heart Johnny T-shirts.
Oh yes.
And Dom DeLuise is the Pope in the
Pope,
scene.
yes.
And it was really lovely hanging out for hours with Joe Piscopo and chat. He loved making movies. Anyway, I was in between TV and film work most of the time and supporting myself doing catering jobs and cooking in different restaurants and stuff. And I actually couldn't go to the wrap party at 20th Century Fox, but rather I worked with the caterers at the party that night.
oh my god.
So as I'm serving Michael Keaton his drink and Amy Heckerling her drinks, Michael looks up at me and he looks
Says,
like,
"Wait a minute."
yeah, and says to Amy, "Wasn't he in the movie?" It was a nice moment.
Well, we're huge fans of that movie. We love Michael Keaton, and it's
He was
pretty cool.
he was a gem to work with. He was really a sort of an electric personality. People just are drawn to him, magnetic, I should say, and he friendly, outgoing, and then for me, just being in the presence of Maureen Stapleton
She's amazing. Too.
was a trip. She's 7:30 in the morning. She's walking past me. I've just gone through makeup, and she's going past me still in her house robe with her newspaper under her arm, just making a beeline for makeup and wardrobe. And without missing a beat, not even looking at me, she says, "It's not polite to look at an old lady first thing in the morning." I love you. I love you.
I know. She was fantastic. She's had a.
What was
awesome
your
career,
experience with Mary Lou?
A couple experiences. On Johnny Dangerously, none at all.
Okay.
None at all, just sort of in passing and at the wrap party I saw her. But I did a commercial for Jack in the Box. No, was it not Jack in the Box? That's a different story. For Postal Instant Press, PIP. And I had to get a bunch of words into 15 seconds, a 15-second
yeah.
spot. And all of a sudden, it got cut down. Can you do all that dialogue in 13 seconds. Can you get it down to 12 seconds? I was like, oh my God. So it was, oh geez, Mr. Santucci, I'm sorry, we got the company logo sort of upside down. It looks like a little squirrel. I'm sorry. But if you squint, it's kind of cute, or turn it upside
Still
down.
remember that?
Yeah, are you kidding? You do it take after
incredible.
take.
Oh,
Tighter,
yeah,
tighter, get
wow.
it tighter. And it turned out Mary Lou Henner was dating the director of that commercial.
Oh my gosh.
And when
small
I was
world.
sweating it out, when they said, no, we need it in 10 seconds or whatever, I was like, okay, can I have a minute? And went for a walk just trying
just
to,
to kind of get it going.
yeah, because, take after take, you add the pressure on yourself. And Mary Lou comes up behind me and taps me and says, hey, you're doing a fine job. Just relax. And I said,
so cool.
you're doing a fine job too. I love you.
You got to work with some really cool people. I mean, what was it like? Who directed the fourth segment in the Twilight Zone?
George Miller,
George Miller.
No way.
Fury Road. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And I just love George Miller.
yeah,
The
he's
audition for
fantastic.
him was so much fun. He and I later found out because I just did a film here in Sacramento that's going to be playing. Oh gosh, I think it opens next week in Sutter Mills.
Okay.
It's here called Savior of None. Take a look for it. It's just a limited release. But the actor who plays my good friend in it, my character's good friend, Vernon George Wells, was in Road Warrior, the guy with the mohawk, the bad guy.
Oh my gosh.
So I asked Vernon, I said, say hi to George for me when you're in Australia next. He said, will do. And I found out that after I revealed that my audition for Twilight Zone movie really was telling a joke for George and making him laugh. And Vernon said, hey, that was my audition for Road Warrior too.
Seriously? You did the same thing. He's like, I'm going to do what Jeff did.
I'm just gonna buy a joke book and see if I can get into a George Miller movie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they are doing the sequel already to
Yeah.
Fury Road.
Oh, I can't wait.
What
that was
a
my
great
favorite
movie.
movie last year.
And working on Twilight Zone movie, the team of actors and crew on it were just,
It was pretty
I don't have
astounding.
enough superlatives. Yeah, it was one of the first times Garrett Brown worked with his Steadicam, his new invention, the Steadicam. And then Alan Davio, the cinematographer who shot E.T., was just wonderful to work with, as well as the cast, Abby Lane and Donna Dixon and J.D. Johnston, the pilot, and of course John Lithgow, who was just the kindest, most wonderful man on the planet, just about.
Oh yeah,
That's awesome.
I love just about anything Lithgow's ever done, but the thing that resonates with me the most, or most recently, is the Dexter, when he was in Dexter. I mean, I love that show.
Played
and
a serial killer in that.
He was
yeah.
ridiculous in that
The
show.
first time I saw him in a Brian De Palma film playing this split personality murderer or whatever.
Oh, I remember that movie.
Serial killer.
I forget the name of that movie.
I was like, John, no, he's such a nice guy.
But it's incredible because he's pretty, versatile as far as like he
Oh,
can
yeah.
do comedy and do serious. And
Transgender.
Exactly.
Well, I guess it was a transvestite there in World According to Garp, which put him on the map. It was fantastic in that.
I love that movie.
He's very underrated. He should be in a lot more stuff. And just like Michael Keaton is making a comeback. Like it's great to see all those actors that I grew up watching making a comeback now. I mean, Michael Keaton just got announced to be in the new Spider-Man movie next year.
Sweet.
So
Yeah,
that's huge.
Some big things.
Whatever happened to Beetlejuice 2?
I know. Beetlejuice goes to Hawaii or whatever it was, something like that. So that brings us to Back to the Future. How did that happen? How did Back to the Future 2 happen? I don't know the story.
Purely by accident, really. In between film and TV work, I started playing characters on the Universal Studios lot on the tour.
Did you do a lot of voice acting?
I've done a lot of voice acting. Like
Okay.
Heather's was voice work, a series called The Best Times, Loverboy, just on and on.
Oh,
All these working with a great team of improvisers. Lee French, who came out of the committee with people like Tracy Newman, Lorraine Newman's sister, and Nicholas Guest, Christopher Guest's brother. A lot of really great improvisers. We go in the studio and do voices of the people who are not on mics. And then they turn it way down because you hear something, there's something coming out of their mouth. And if you don't hear something, it's not going to match up.
Right.
So we'd improvise what was coming out of their mouths. And so anyway, I digress.
That's fantastic.
I would do some work like that. And then to pay the bills, I fell into playing Stan Laurel at Universal Studios. If you went to Universal Studios in Hollywood, say between 87 and 2001.
Which I have.
Well, if you had a picture with Laurel and Hardy or Charlie Chaplin or Groucho Marx, it might have been me.
That is so. I probably do. I gotta go back and look.
I'm on
Because Laura and Hardy were my favorite growing up.
I'm under refrigerator magnets around the world. So
Back to the Future 2.
The agent that helped me get that work called me up one day and said, "You know who an actor named Crispin Glover is?" I said, "Of course."
Yeah.
I worked with Crispin on a film before he got the first Back to the Future film at the American Film Institute, and found that he was a fascinating actor.
Yeah,
Just really
he's
great to watch.
really
and
interesting.
Very interesting. Never do what's on the page. Just do the opposite, and he makes it work. And well, what's up? They're looking on a film for a stand-in photo double for him. I said, "Are you?" He asked if I was the same height and weight, and I said, "No, he's taller and probably heavier than I am, but I need the work. My
But I can
my
get taller
ex-wife was
and
about
gain
to have
weight.
our second kid, and I needed to get our medical coverage.
There you go.
So I got in there, and the assistant directors and I met. We had a good time. So then they sent me to casting, and I read for them. They liked me, and then I started having fittings for prosthetic makeup and body cast for special effects and all. And I
Wow.
said, "This is all very cool." And I guess Crispin doesn't want to do all his stunts or whatever. I hope I'm not doing too many stunts. I don't have a great back. And then the makeup artist one day said, Crispin's out. You're going to be playing George. And I was like, what? That's not possible. And sure enough, at the last possible hour on a Friday before
gosh.
being ready to work on a Monday, casting called my agent and offered me the role. And at scale, I went, no way. Don't accept that. Anyway, they
need me.
they need me. Yeah, hold out, $10,000 a week at least.
Yeah.
No, it didn't work out that well.
Now when Steven Spielberg executive producing,
It was very awkward because they had
I
already
bet.
announced in all the Reporter and the Variety that the original cast is coming back to reprise their roles.
remember that.
And I couldn't fathom how the hell they were going to be able to do the film without Crispin.
Yeah.
And I had even called Crispin. I left him a message. I said, I can need the work. Say a good word for me.
Yeah.
And he didn't call back till he was ready to sue them because they made me up to look like him. And
Right.
Right.
Anyway, and
Which-
they were going to pay him like scale from what he made on the first film for the couple days for the footage they spliced in with my work. And that didn't seem too fair, especially since it was the highest-grossing film of 1985,
right.
and then 89 and 90 they did pretty well. I think that's when the 2 and 3 came out.
Yeah.
Anyway, to make a long story short, that's how I got the role.
That's incredible. I mean, that's so, because back then we didn't have the internet, so we didn't know any of that stuff was going on. In fact, I think I was like 15 or 16 when that movie came out. So when I went and saw it, I believed that you were George McFly.
Yeah,
I didn't
me
know
too.
the difference.
I'm a little bit younger than he is, and I remember watching that movie, and I'm like, George McFly looks a little different. Like he looks a little awful, just a tiny bit.
Peaked, little aged.
Yeah, like a little bit
Something,
different.
But
and I was like,
but beaten upside down and aging,
The upside down
you
thing-
couldn't really.
yeah, it wasn't the
tell.
upside down thing. I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
It was, couldn't
yeah.
tell.
We're
Definitely would not be
looking
able-
at pictures. Yeah.
Even Spielberg was fooled. He came up to me at one point while I was in this body cast to do that special effect, and,
all
he said, "Yeah, say Crispin, I see you got your $1 million after all." And I right then when I realized, I'm saving him $975,000.
$1 million.
My leg went up to kick Spielberg, and the body cast cut it off.
Dude, just give me $100,000. I'll be happy.
Well, Crispin ended up getting $750,000 from settling out of court. It never made it to court, but boy, he inconvenienced a lot of people.
Did Crispin have an issue with you taking the job?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
He had an issue with everything. He wanted script approval. He didn't like the way Gail and Zemeckis had written the ending with, their success shouldn't be based on money.
Right,
all these different things. And, I don't know if he spun that story because that only came out really in recent years.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is making another actor up to look like him. Although they had cornered themselves, they had to have him, and it's too bad they couldn't have the meeting of the minds. I was happy and privileged and honored to be a part of the cast, but at the same time, it was a weird place to be. But the evolution of it though is I have this fan base from around the world now.
That's so cool.
I go to London Comic-Con, I have a line all day for my autograph. I'm like, really? I got to pinch myself. This is cool.
That's so cool. And you do all the Back to the Future cons. I know they have some certain...
Some of them, the big three, Michael, Leah, and Christopher, who did the Silicon Valley Comic-Con, they're doing Philadelphia. Sometimes it's just them because, of course, they're the main stars that will do it. Tom Wilson won't do it, and Crispin won't do it.
Yeah.
But those big three, and when they get together, it's someone's dropping some heavy dosh
that's
there.
Pretty magical.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Jeff, is there anything that you want to plug before you take off? I mean, I know you.
Oh
you
yeah,
have
there's
a movie coming out. So
girl over. What?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I know she's pretty cute.
Wait a second. Plug also means to shoot. Like I said, Savior of None, this little independent film I shot here in Sacramento, is now streaming online, and I play a widower, very depressed widower with epilepsy, who befriends this girl in this adolescent girl in the foster care system who's being abused right and left by the local gang and her foster parent. Anyway, it's a very dark, heavy modern day tragedy that is quite good. When we premiered it at a film festival upstate New York, the lights came up and there wasn't a dry eye in the house.
Wow.
So mission accomplished on that. And Petrie Bird co-stars in it. He's a local Sacramento star from Judge Judy.
Oh.
And a lot of very wonderful local Sacramento talent are in it who worked incredibly hard, and it's a nice little indie film. I also have a film called The Traveler that is actually more of a proof of concept pilot that I'm going to preview today, a little taste of.
Oh, fantastic.
Where I play this guy who can time travel at will, and he has nefarious plans to take over a small country. It's really fun stuff.
You don't need a DeLorean in that one?
No, it's I learned from these monks how to travel through time. And
That's awesome.
Traveled, and I have a protege who's had his mind wiped of me because he knows I have nefarious plans,
sweet.
It should be a great
Definitely
series
have
if
to
it goes
check
to
that out.
series. Yeah.
So the movie premieres when and where in Sacramento?
The Savior of None is down in, I want to say, Sutter's Mills. I texted the director to give me the information because I don't want to be inaccurate, but if you look for it, here at the end of May,
Okay.
In Sutter's Mills, I think it is, and it's an exclusive 2-week run at a theater. Otherwise, it's streaming on Amazon.
Fantastic.
Could you also let our listeners know about where they can find you on Twitter or Facebook?
Sure.
Or to your website?
Facebook, I have a fan page, Jeffrey Weissman. Twitter, what is my tweet name? At JEF Weissman, WEISSMAN.
Excellent.
And Instagram, is my first name with a bunch of numbers. I don't know. I'm technologically kind of challenged. My website, I haven't updated forever. Please excuse that. But if like you couldn't make it to the show and you want an autograph photo, you can email me from my website, jeffreyweissman.com, and PayPal me $20, and I'll send you an autograph photo personalized to your favorite Back to the Future fan or yourself.
Fantastic.
And then I have photos from Twilight Zone and Pale Rider, the Clint Eastwood movie at Western I did.
Excellent.
Great. Thank you
And,
so much for
Yes,
doing this.
Mr. Weissman, I appreciate it
Oh,
so
it's a
much
treat
for
meeting
coming.
you
Yeah,
guys.
Thank you so
It
much.
was a blast.
I hope to see you in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. Take care. Have a
Thank
great
you.
day at the con.
Sure.
Have fun.